not only responsibility, but also accountability. I'm going to set forth these rules, work with a team, teamwork. I'm going to work with this team to set forth these rules and criteria by which we will all adhere. And it is our jobs individually and collectively to make sure that happens. That's not happening in America. However, interestingly enough, that is the very definition of how Congress is supposed to be working, right? Like, that's the thing. We have the systems in place by which we could make America great again.
It don't even sit right in my ears to hear you say it that way.
But we're choosing to be divisive. Like, and that's the thing I really want people to understand. Divisiveness is a choice. Continued oppression, choice. Failing to acknowledge contributions of others, choice. Failing to provide alternate opportunities for success, choice. All of these are choices that people make every single day. And they can justify it by calling it survival. But the reality is none of those choices are necessary for you to survive. And what I find most interesting about, to bring it full circle to these protests that are happening, if you really are gung-ho America, then you must be gung-ho Americans. Otherwise, you're just in love with an idea, but not the people that fuel that idea. If you're staying home means that your fellow Americans can live.
It, but you know what I actually think of? I think functionally it's the opposite of what you're saying.
Talk to me.
I think they are in love with Americans as limited to their definition of who is an American. And that does not include me or you. And they're not actually very interested in an aspirational America, which should have enough expansiveness to include you and me equitably.
That's a word.
So said differently,
that's a word.
If the Constitution at the time that it was written included me as a human being and you as a human being,
right,
it actually is the greatest experiment ever.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It could really be a highly optimal functional world.
Absolutely.
The problem is, even from its inception, the invisibility and pervasiveness of racism was written into the very ink of the document.
It was literally the foundational aspect of all of this. You know, we need cheap labor. We need free labor. Let's get cheap free labor.
Cheap, free.
Let's go on over here. Let's go on over here and get these people.
Free, inexhaustible labor.
Right, right. Fun times. Fun times.
So, let me say it this way. One, as a Black person who does have some personal accountability for my health and well-being, I have to continue to grapple with what that means for me so that I can live my healthiest life possible.
Right.
So that I can, so that I'm not allowed to be informed of all the potential health impacts of racism on me and not do anything on my part to mitigate it. So I do think that is where individual responsibility comes in. So much as so I can take ownership of that. I also think as a person with a higher degree of education, understanding, and commitment to my community, I also have a responsibility to make sure that I continue to inform folks that look like me and who I value and who I see as part of my community about how to do better and live better.
Right.
I have a responsibility as a democratic citizen of this country to do my part in local, state, and federal elections to demand more of those who supposedly represent me within the system. I have the responsibility as a professional to use all of this information and my skills and competencies to leverage as many allies as possible towards this. So the challenge I want to leave for all of us today is, what's your part? the house is on fire. COVID-19 is a accelerant on the burning house that is racism and health disparities in this country. What do you do? What do you do in the now? And what do you do? What are your expectations for the after? How do you dream about what you want to be different after going forward to make this opportunity, this moment of suffering, become an opportunity for growth and betterment for all of us? So that's your mental health homework for the week. What's your part? What are you going to do?
Can I just add one thing to what you said, please?
I guess.
Thank you. I think it's important because the coach in me sort of perked up and was like, okay, let's clarify that. The part where you said helping people that look like you to do better and to be better. I think it's important to clarify that is not a judgment statement. That is a statement of exploration and creating a plan that honors the person's ability, capability, resources, economics, etc., etc., etc. Because it's like with people who diet. Oh, I'm going to diet because it's January 1st. And this is what we do in the first of the year. We diet. This is what we do. New year, new you. But that is based on this collective feeling of arbitrary dates and not based on an intimate connection with you and your needs. Mm-hmm. We've got to make it about us and our needs. We can ask ourselves, what do we need? And then look to people like yourself, etc., to say, this is what I need. How can you help me do better? And this is not for me about victim blaming. I'm not saying a person who has diabetes is at fault. Please do not hear me say that. Please do hear me say that you have a right to ask for resources that work for you. Mm-hmm. And you also have a right to reject things that you could not adhere to, that you know won't work for you. Mm-hmm. Do that internal homework. I always take it back to doing the internal homework so that when people come to you and provide you with resources, you're able to say, yep, I can make this happen. Mm-hmm. I can work this. Mm-hmm. Get a team together. I'm all about, and we've spoken about this before, get your tribe together. If this is something you're trying to manage, something you're trying to do, one person may know something that somebody else don't know. And if 7 people are sitting together, you got 7 different people who know 7 different things who can make one whole thing up, and then you can make some things happen collectively. We've got to go back to that, and we've lost so much of that. That's my 2 cents. Well,
that's a credible. That's a good amount of 2 cents. I'll take it. I'll take
more like
that,
a nickel. A nickel, thanks.
You know what? I heard somebody say that quarantine brain was a thing, and I was like, is that what I've been experiencing? Because I feel like my vocabulary has dwindled. I've been having word finding difficulties, and I have a robust vocabulary. And lately, I've been like, the thing that's the thing that does.
But you know what though? Here's the thing of the thing. This is the beauty of being black. You don't need to say my vocabulary dwindled. You can say, yo, my vocabulary be dripping. You know, and people are like, oh, you coming through dripping? Drip, drip. You coming through dripping? Drip, drip.
My vocabulary drip on a regular basis, but not in these COVID streets. I'm here to tell you, it's been looking real janky. Oh, my goodness. All right. I think we should leave it there.
Yeah.
I want to thank everybody who listened live, everybody who comes along and will listen later. As always, feel free to connect with me, with Tomas, with the show. You can find me at Dr. Nikki Knows, DrNikkinows on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And I will be on my Instagram Live and Facebook page Live this Wednesday. April 22nd at 8 p.m. CDT, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m.
Eastern Standard.
Other people.
How dare you?
You other people, the others. For my mental health happy hour, if you're on the West Coast, it's a mental health happy hour. If you're Central or the East Coast, it's a reverse happy hour. The idea is that we're going to be happy together.
That's right.
So feel free to log in and join us for that. If you have thoughts, comments, follow-up questions, get up with us, get at us, whatever they say in the streets these days.
Do they still say get at us?
Get at us. Get
wait
with
a
us.
minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Babyface versus Teddy Riley. Get at me, dog. That's what they say, man. Throwback. Get at me, dog. I'll at your boy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh. As always, it's been real and it's been real fun. So peace.